Hello, welcome back. I have been preserving a couple of duck legs using the French method called duck confit. And what I'm going to do today, I'm going to prepare a sandwich, but it's not just a sandwich. It's a pulled duck leg confit and egg sandwich. So go nowhere, let's create. So I have my duck confit out of the refrigerator for several minutes now. And you can leave it even longer, but the grease have melted enough as for me to take it out of here. I'm going to switch a container, and I'm only going to cook one. So I'm only removing one. The beauty of the grease is that once you cook or take care of all the duck pieces, you can actually reuse this grease for something else, like when you cooking your potatoes and other things. So I have my pan heating up at high heat, and now I'm going to add the leg, the confit. You don't have to add any grease or nothing, just because you duck is already been immersed in heat. You want to lower this a little bit to medium. Oops, going to start jumping. And remember, you had this duck already cooked for 3 hours, so the duck is already cooked. What you're doing is heating it up and getting the flavors from the grease flowing. You have to make sure it doesn't burn. That's why you have it at medium. And leave it like this for a few minutes. This stuff is smelling good already. I had it cooking on one side for 3 minutes. Now I'm going to turn it around. Now this one, I took the skin out when I originally prepared because I wanted to use the skin for something else. And also because of what I was going to use it for today. I already know what I wanted to do with. And I want to pull the meat from the bone once I'm done cooking this. I'm going to cook this side for another maybe 3, worst case 4 minutes. This stuff smells good. We're going to roast my bread. So I want a little bit roasted. This is not a lot of science. Just leave it there for like maybe 8-10 seconds. Doesn't have to be scientific. I had this in high heat, by the way. And I just want to make sure it roasts a little bit. Yep, that's good. That's good. The same skillet, I lower the heat because it's very hot. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some of this fat. And then let me flow it to there. Let me lower the heat here because I don't want the alarm to come on. And then you add an egg. And you're going to cook it any way you want. You can cook it over medium, you can cook it, runny, whatever way you want. and everybody should know how to cook an egg, so I'm not going to invest too much. And I decided to marinate some beech mushrooms as well as some sweet green and yellow peppers. So let me move them here. And actually, you know what? Let me add a little bit more of this. The fat. And you saute this stuff until it's cooked to your taste. I would say about maybe 2-3 minutes, if that. If you want a little bit softer, then add a minute or two extra. See? But in my case, it's going to be just 2, maybe 3 minutes. Once again, don't add any salt or anything like that, because that dog have been preserved. That dog confit has been preserved, and it's going to have a relatively high content of salt, at least in the flavor aspect. Man, this is looking good and it's smelling good. So I cooked this for 3 minutes on each side, and then I let it rest for like 3 or 4 minutes. I'm going to use a fork. I'm going to start pulling. Then I'm going to do the other one that I already did. Here you have it. Just put it forward. So let's start putting this baby together. And here we have it, pulled dog leg confit and egg sandwich.